everyone, and welcome to another video by Cinephile Geek and Ash. Today we're going to review a film by the name of Prisoners. This film stars actors such as Terrence Howard, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Hugh Jackman. And pretty much what the main plot is, it's about Terrence Howard's daughter, his character in the film, and also Hugh Jackman's kid. Their two kids are taken and they're held hostage by somebody in the film. I'm not going to say who it is, of course, I don't want to spoil it, but it pretty much becomes a drama thriller about, Hugh and Terrence Howard's characters trying to find their kids and trying to find out who is the real villain and who actually took their children. So Ashley, what did you think of Prisoners?
I thought Prisoners was a really good, suspenseful thriller kind of movie,
Yeah.
My favorite people, Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Terrence Howard.
Do you have a favorite out of those three if you had to pick one? Like a favorite character out of all of them?
Probably Hugh Jackman, because...
Yeah?
Yeah. And he was just so, good in, every scene that he did.
Uh-huh. So, favorite moment in the film? Best acting moment? What do you think?
Well... Is it okay if I say
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a part where Hugh Jackman's character has the guy that he thinks took the girls, and he's pretty much has him, in captive, and he's telling him to tell him where the girls are, and he's threatening him.
You're talking about the scene with the hammer in the sink?
Yeah, he puts his hands on the sink, or whatever. Or on the wall, maybe. I don't know.
He puts it on the sink and he acts like he's gonna hit his fingers.
Yeah, he acts like he's gonna hit his fingers, and he hits the sink instead.
And then he acts like he's gonna hit his head, and he ends up hitting the wall.
Yeah. That was it was terrifying. But in a very good way.
Yeah, very suspenseful moment. That for me at least, that was the turning point in the movie where I said, okay, this went from being a pretty good film to an amazing and a phenomenal film. That was pretty much for me, the turning point in the movie where I said, hey, okay, now I'm watching some quality stuff. Anything else you liked about it? What did you think of the guy that had the mind of a 10-year-old?
That's the guy from
he's in Looper.
And Cowboys and Aliens.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I think he's a great actor as well.
Yeah.
For, being the age he is. I think he played that character very well.
So what did you think of the twist at the end? Did you expect that coming? His mother, big spoiler coming up, his mother being the one that kidnapped the kids.
That was so crazy. I did not expect that at all. I mean, I figured some things out about, I figured that kid was, one of the ones that she had taken before.
Yeah.
I figured that out. But her being, the main one totally caught me off guard.
Yeah, I really like that. My favorite character in the film is definitely Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman, his acting was amazing. Once again, to point out that moment with him. Well, I also like the moment where it's him and Jake Gyllenhaal's characters in the car, and he says, every moment that my daughter's expecting me to be there and I'm not there. Remember that scene? After he follows
she's not waiting for you, she's waiting for me.
Yeah, that scene was in the trailer. I loved that scene. Overall, Hugh Jackman's acting really stood out. Definitely one of his best. Do you think it's one of his best roles in any movie he's ever been in?
Yeah, definitely one of his best. I'm glad that he's branching out, doing things other than
besides X-Men and Wolverine.
I love him as Wolverine. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
It's cool to see him actually act though, because Wolverine's more of an action film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really good to see him in other films.
Yeah, so I hope that he continues doing stuff like this because he was great in it. Jake Gyllenhaal played a great cop. A great thing of Jake Gyllenhaal is whenever he gets mad because he's never felt a case, and he finally, or you think at least at first, that he's failed his first case. So he gets mad. He starts, what did you think of the scene, where he's breaking the keyboard and messing his desk up?
He's really furious and just wiping everything,
throwing things around,
breaking the keyboard. That was a pretty intense scene too. too.
Yeah, and one of my other favorite characters that really surprised me, because I thought he was just going to be decent, was Terrence Howard. He was the only person in the film to keep his sanity. Everyone else went insane. Everyone else, realized, that, hey, this isn't right. You torturing this guy. He may have not have done it, even though you think he did, and you find out at the end he didn't. But Terrence Howard was the only one that stepped back and said, hey, you shouldn't do this, Hugh Jackman. You shouldn't be doing this. And he was the only person that saw what he was doing was wrong. And I like the scenes where he's crying and stuff, and the scene with his wife and says, hey, let him do it. So I like that scene a lot. What'd you think of Terrence Howard? The whole, black and white concept.
I really enjoy Terrence Howard as an actor. I mean, I love all the other films that he's in. His role in this movie was really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, when his wife was like, we're not gonna stop him. Just let him do whatever he's doing, but we're not gonna be doing it either.
Right.
I was just like, man, what a dude.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. But I love the whole, there's not a black and white. There's no clear right answer and there's no clear wrong answer. There's that little, gray in between area, because you have to think of yourself. What would you do if your kids are taken? What would you do in this given situation? So there's not really a right or wrong in this movie. It's just, you do whatever you have to do, whatever's necessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, if I was in that situation, I don't know if I'd go that far, but
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I mean, there's no telling what
anybody would do, right?
Until they're in that situation.
Right. Any last thoughts?
I give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? I give it a 10 out of 10 stars too. Once again, thanks for watching the video by Cinepeak Geek for a film review of the movie titled Prisoners. Once again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to our page below, and we'll see you guys later. More videos by Cinepeak Geek and Ash.